Warning. The language used on The Real Rush may be offensive to some viewers. Don't say I didn't fucking warn you.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy J-Dub here with The Real Rush, and welcome to the world premiere of The Real Rush right here on YouTube. The Real Rush, babe. The Real Rush, The Real Rush. The Real Rush, The Real Rush. It's The Real Rush. The Real Rush, The Real Rush. The Real Rush, The Real Rush. The Real Rush, Real Rush. The Real Rush, The Real Rush. Real Rush. The Real Rush, The Real Rush. The Real Rush,
The Real Rush.
The Real Rush, The Real Rush. The Real Rush. Feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme. Get on up. It's Real Rush time! The Real Rush. This is The Real Rush. The Real Rush. Real Rush. The Real Rush. The Real Rush. The Real Rush. Real Rush. The 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 Real Rush. Real Rush. The 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 Real Rush. Real Rush. Real Rush. The Real Rush. It's The Real Rush on YouTube. 1 year celebration, bitches!
The Real Rush.
The Real Rush.
The Real Rush. The Real Rush.
The Real Rush. Welcome to The Real Rush! The Real Rush. The Real Rush. The Real Rush.
Happy holidays from The Real Rush.
The Real Rush. Star Wars! This is The Real Rush! Jingle bells, light another spliff. Bet your ass this is The Real Rush. Bang your head to the opening riff. The Real Rush, The Real Rush, The Real Rush, The Real Rush. Cause there ain't no rest for the wicked. It's The Real Rush season 4 premiere. The Real Rush, The Real Rush. This is The Real Rush. The Real Rush, The Real Rush, The Real Rush, The Real Rush. Let me talk some shit real quick. You can close all the movie theaters, but you cannot stop The Real Rush. Real Rush, The Real Rush. The Real Rush, The Real Rush, The Real Rush. The Rush, watching The Real Rush live. The Real Rush, The Real Rush, The Real Rush, The Real Rush. The Real Rush, The Real Rush, The Real Rush. The Real Rush, The Real Rush. The Real Rush. Real Rush, The Real Rush, The Real Rush. Real Rush. Ladies and gentlemen, the most massivest Real Rush ever! Bang your head to the opening riff.
The power is back and the rush is back on. Welcome to The Real Rush, episode 100. Bang your head to the opening riff.
Shut up and sit down.
I wanted to set off fireworks up in this motherfucker, but you know, like fire code violations and shit like that for the big hoop-de-hoop. But before I go any further, let's, continue with that journey we just went on around, y'all, and say that, hey, what's happening, y'all? For it is your man, the man of 100 episodes, John Dub. Welcome to The Real Rush. Welcome back to The Real Rush, but welcome to the 100th episode of The Real Rush right here on YouTube. Ladies and gents, episode 100. 100. I know that post-production John Dub cannot fucking draw 100 or whatever else. I hope I just said 100 right there and didn't misspell 100 numerically a couple moments ago. But unless post-production Dub wants to look into that, that's cool. If not, it's all gravy. It's all gravy. But yeah, this is it. And I know it's coming late, but you know what? It's all good. It's all good. Cause the weekend, it was a long ass weekend. Your man ain't even gonna lie about that shit. Alright? So aside from the movies that we have on the ticket, I didn't notice how I didn't even say how many movies we have on the ticket. There's a little bit of fluctuation from last week. Man, 100. Just relish on that shit for a second. And how we getting it done right now. Here. This shit right here. We here. 100, baby. That's 100 opening riffs. That's 100 different wrestling t-shirts. That's 100 times setting up lighting and whatnot, setting up the Rush Trine. 100 setups of the camera. 100 previews at least to make. There have been some redos there. Some things that you haven't seen. There are a lot of things. There are a lot of like outtakes and like unaired footage that y'all never seen from. I guess you could not necessarily see behind the scenes. You say behind the scenes of the Real Rush, but also just things that I never aired. I didn't feel were air ready. What's happening, y'all? It's your boy Jade up here with The Real Rush, episode 3, now on YouTube. This week I review The Hate You Give, First Man, Bad Times at the El Royale, Tea with the Dames, The Oath, and Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween. Please also join me this week as I will be providing you with a harrowing rendition of MacArthur Park in rich baritone. And I shall never have that recipe again. Oh no! Tune into the Rush, y'all. So maybe I'll release some director's cut of all that shit someday. But that's 100 times to have to edit. We have to in a couple seconds here. That's 100 times of sitting down and coming up with the episode treatment on the insanely expensive Rush Trine 9000 storyboard Rush board. You can't buy them anywhere. Only I have access to things of these sorts. That's right. And it was fucking... Alright, so yo. So it's like Monday something as we filmed this. That's why I said we late as shit. So if you've been looking forward to this, I do apologize. But yo, it's the 100th episode. It's got to be right. If it ain't gonna be right, then we ain't gonna come out with the shit tonight. We ain't even gonna come out with the shit tonight. I already know that. Because editing and all that. Post dub. Love you, man. Anywho. But yeah, long ass weekend. Because we had Thursday night. Alright? We had Thursday night. Watching the movie. Chilling out. Calm before the storm. Then we had Friday night. Bandit show. What awesome. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. We had an awesome time bringing that to you via the internet, to your homes, virtually, making you laugh. Thank you once again. More info on the bandits coming up at the end of the show. As always, what else we have going on? Friday night, SmackDown, to lead into Saturday night, NXT TakeOver. But Saturday, we also watched another movie. We did that on Thursday as well to keep that streak going. But then Sunday, What happened Sunday? before we get to what happened Sunday, have y'all seen the DC Fandom trailer of the Batman yet? If not, check that shit out. It's dope as fuck. The Angelica and Cinema Arts, I almost fucked it up. Angelica and Cinema Arts have both announced that they are reopening as of this Friday, August 28th. And speaking of which ties me back to what I was saying a couple seconds ago. What happened on Sunday? I got together some of the bandits for a session. And then we went back to the movies.
At the theater, at the theater, at the theater, at the theater. The J-Do's back up the fucking theater. Burn down, down. Sexy baby, J-Do's back. Say what? At the fucking theater. Sexy baby, everybody. John Doe's back at the fucking theater. Yeah.
I wish I had filmed that part actually driving around the corner, like coming to Regal, Virginia Gateway, out in Gainesville. First time back to the theater in almost 5.5 months. Just shy of 5.5 months. That's not the last theater that we went to. That was Hoyt's. But we're going to get back to that eventually. They don't open back up until September 3rd. But making it back to the theater. Alright, so let's break that down. How was it? Everybody wants to know. What was going to the theater like?
Fuck yeah, baby. Yeah, good. We're up here at Regal, Virginia Gateway after a screening of Unhinged, notable for being the first major release to open after post-COVID and everything. So it's good to be back. Well, I don't know if we should be. We'll do a little tap here. We say, we'll see you next time. We'll see you in a couple days or next week or something. But we're gonna be seeing each other again. Hell yeah, we back up here in the theater, y'all. God damn. Personally, I thought it was a cool experience, man. Being back up in the theater, a little odd, you know. At first, walking up in there, it's all like quiet and yeah, it was weird. It was weird. It was eerie, but liberating at the same time to know that we are back here in the theater and to be all masked up and shit. I mean, throughout the movie, I didn't eat or drink, even though I had my Pepsi with me. I had my mask on the whole time. Honestly, the only part to really get over is the fogging up of the glasses. But yeah, with me and 3 other people in the theater, and that's a standard size theater, I did not see the shit in RPX. So yeah, and we were plenty spaced out. So I think key is we'll get to ticketing strategy throughout the show. Yo, I'm walking around shooting video and shit, you know, like we used to do. I don't need my mask on my side. It's all good. It's all good. When you're inside, have that shit on. When you're around a lot of people, have that shit on. When there ain't nobody around you and shit, it's all good. Fresh air. It's God's air and shit. But it feels good. Be back on the grind. Doing my thing. Filming shit. For the real about shit. Yeah. 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 Let's get back to episode 100. Whatever other silly shit I already did or got planned. Back to you, John Doe. Happy 100 episodes, motherfucker.
And I'm not even going to, you know what, like, hide the fact, or for lack of a better term, or lack of better terms, I should say. I was pretty leery going to the theater. Because remember, as of last week, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Damn. I had a 7 movie ticket planned out for this episode. 6 of them potentially, 5 of them definitely in the theater. It's like,
Should I be going to the theater? Let alone going to 5 different movies in the theater, you know, jumping around, like swimming around like that extreme, like that, just yet. I started, you know, doing research online, like, you know, how safe is going to theaters right now. And all news articles, like, don't go to that shit. Don't do it, da 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 da, don't do it. Oh shit. But then again, there were also the assumption that we're talking with packed houses. I pull up to the Regal Virginia Gateway yesterday, early afternoon, somewhere around 1-ish. And the Gateway promenade surrounding the theater, packed to the brim. You get to the theater, deserted. Almost deserted. Not completely deserted. There's a few cars in the parking lot, but definitely way less than I was expecting, given as many cars as I've seen driving into the promenade there, Sonny J. See, look at this. This is the parking lot out here. Compared to the rest of the shopping center, this is fucking empty. Like I said when I came out of the theater just a couple moments ago. And it's a Sunday afternoon. I thought this joint was going to be a little bit more popping. You know, first weekend reopening and everything, but I guess people still filling out the waters and whatnot, which I completely understand. The theater was pretty much deserted, and it was odd walking in there. I mean, it was odd. It was eerie because it was quiet. Like they still had like one of the machines going in the background. One of the like one of the game machines, like one of the like 2 that they had open for social distancing purposes. Yeah, the staff, there was like 3 people on staff. The concessions were very limited, but there was, aside from the workers, from the employees, and the couple of them that I saw, that was pretty much it. And the theater itself, it was open and it was lit up, but it wasn't as lit up as it usually is, even for a 1 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon. So it was like, it was open, but it was like that period between like waking up and being fully awake, you know, being fully alert. So it's like, it wasn't quite fully alert yet. You know what I'm saying? It's still like waking up, kind of in that stage. If you smell what I'm cooking here, laying the smacker down.
Hey, where the party at? Girls is on the way. Oh, what we got here? Ooh, we got some drugs. Devil may die, small doses my ass. I'm Snort Dog, baby. Let me sample some of this shit. Devil gonna learn today.
Oh, God damn, that hurts. Oh, and I got the most intense taste for marshmallows, man. I ain't fucking with that shit no more. Not no more. Okay, just a little taste. Hence, other theater goers I didn't see any until we got into the one movie that I saw in the theater. Only saw one. I didn't dip into all 5, potentially 6, because still wanted to test out the waters. Plus, that would have meant going to a different theater at this point to see at least one of these. So just a dipper. You know, we don't want to go buck wild and shit just yet. But yeah, once again, it was good to be back. It was, once again, it was eerie to be back. It was good. And in the strangest way, even though it's been 5+ months, it didn't feel like, it felt like I was just at the Virginia Gateway, Regal, just last week. It kind of felt like going in there on a weekday. Like a weekday, early as shit showing, like a Tuesday or something like that. That's what it felt like. But still just not as lit up. That's the best way that I can explain it. And everything was very sanitary. They were spraying down the self-service stations and keeping all the concessions sprayed down, and everything was being cleansed awesomely. So good job to the staff. I thanked them and congratulated them on the reopening. The theater itself, how was that? So aside from myself, and mind you, the one movie that I saw was available in RPX. Due to show times, I wasn't able to see it in RPX. So I saw it in just standard, which usually means that you're going to see it in a smaller theater. But even at the Virginia Gateway, a smaller theater, is still quite the large theater. There were 2 other people that came in after I did during the previews. And that's it for the entire movie. And they sat hella in the back, from what I could at least hear. And I think I heard that they said they were going to row H. I was in row D. I was sitting like almost like this to the screen, because my theory was, you know, sit downwind so that way any germs would be circulated up higher already. I don't know if that theory works or not. I had my mask on. I'm pretty sure they kept their masks on the entire movie, so everything should be sunny G. There's sunny G. So that leads me to, could there possibly be a ticketing tip in all of this? As a matter of fact, I'm not even sure. I wish I remember what episode, if I stated it at all, here on The Real Rush, here on YouTube, about the whole box rule, or square rule, as I like to state it, when sitting in the theater. And given that it's not a sold out situation. Now mind you, in this situation, all theaters are already, you can have no more than a 50% capacity in any theater, across any franchise. Regal, I think they're up to 50%. But given there were only 3 people in the, I think this one held, it looked like it held at least 150 people. Yet I digress. Where the fuck was I going? Oh yeah, so the ticketing with that. Alright, so the box rule, as I originally might have pointed out, because I don't remember if I pointed it out originally or not. It's like, and I hope post-dub drew something to this nature, so I'm not looking like an idiot just pointing to the rush chime. We good? Alright, thanks man. So it's like picking a seat. See this square in the middle? That's your seat, right? Again, given that's not a sold out show. So, say that you go to see, we'll say for all intensive purposes, you go to see, alright, so an 11:50 showing of a classic, Street Smart, starring Christopher Reeve and Morgan Freeman, right? You wouldn't expect that of a lot of people to come. So if you get this one seat, that means that, in my opinion, given, you know, the whole self-ticketing guidelines, pre-COVID even, that if you pick that seat and it's just you, the next person should not be picking any of the surrounding seats. That's just my theory. Just for comfort reasons. I mean, that's just to, not be creepy, almost. Because I've had people, like, I've been in the theater by myself, and no matter where I am in the theater, they will come and sit in one of the 3 surrounding seats right behind me or some shit. Or, like, sit somewhere in, like, the general area. It's like, we got this big-ass theater, dog. Like, you can't, what's up with this? You what the fuck, CIA? Huh? What the fuck is this all about? What the fuck? So this, what I'm thinking is, if you pick your tickets early, theoretically, you could actually set the stage for the remainder of seats in the theater for that showing. Because from what I'm understanding, when you pick out your seats, the ticketing system automatically starts blocking out seats around you, so that way nobody can sit close to you. So if you're the first person there, you could, that's like as important as the first move in chess, almost. I don't know. Get back to me on that, if you get back to me at all. So once again, we only dipped our toes into one movie. We didn't want to dive into the deep end just yet. Just keep it a little chill, and we'll get back into the rush slowly but surely, but the train is moving, baby. Hence, 5 of those movies that we aforementioned are missing from last week's announcements. Hence, those movies, if you came here for the reviews for Words on Bathroom Walls, Cutthroat City, Tulsa, The Burnt Orange Heresy, and Tesla, I do apologize. We will have those reviewed for you as soon as possible, when possible. But as far as going to the movies goes, take your time. But I had a blast. It was great to be back. As you may not have seen some of the footage that we may have played by this point. So, take your time. And my thing is, pick slow times to go if you're trying to build up your comfort factor. Pick slower times to go. That was an unexpectedly slow time yesterday, Sunday afternoon. I figured with no football on yet, or anything else on for that matter, there would be a few more people. But yeah, pick a slow time. Test the waters. A lot of theaters are offering discount prices, matinee prices for earlier show times for the newer movies. So that's a definite plus up. And yeah, just take your time, get back to the theater, and it's a good experience. It's a good experience. But yeah, pick slower times, less people, lessen your chances. Wear your mask. That's the most important part. Wear your mask. Do your part. Of course, all talking about masks aside, the only other essential that you absolutely, positively need when you come out, things of this sort, if you can find it, is hand sanitizer. Lots of fucking hand sanitizer. Just think, back in like March or something, what I'm holding in my hand would have been worth like its weight in gold for like cigarettes in jail and shit. Just a couple months ago. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and put this motherfucker away before I get jacked out here, alright? Shit. These motherfuckers out here in Gainesville are crazy, man. And we'll keep this train going, baby. It was awesome. Hell yeah. So, that brings us to this episode's Real Rush Ticket, which kicks us off with the one movie that we did see in the theater yesterday. And the name of that movie that we kicking things off for episode 100 of The Real Rush, right here on YouTube, is Unhinged. Notable, as Wikipedia states, for being the first widely released movie, the first big, widely released movie following the outbreak to reopen the theaters. So that was like, this movie is like the welcome back to theaters. Out of all movies, this is the welcome back to the theater. This is the major welcome back to theaters. For me, it was awesome. When I say it's for everybody, including kids. No. And we gonna get down to why here, right here. Alright, so, peep this shit out, right here. What's happening, y'all? It's your boy J-Dub here with The Real Rush, and episode 4 is now up on YouTube, where this week I review Halloween, The Happy Prince, and Beautiful Boy. And in this episode, I may or may not be wearing any pants. Gonna have to tune in to find out. If you're looking at this right now on Instagram, in order to view this week's episode, click on the channel link in my bio. Again, that's episode 4. Or, if you're looking at this on Facebook, just click on the link in the caption. And we'll see you then. Unhinged. New psychological thriller. Starring Russell Crowe and Karen Pistorius. Yes, Pistorius. And no, she's in no way related to that asshole Oscar Pistorius. Fuck that guy. It's a new psychological thriller starring them two. And this is a tale, and I guess you could say that it's kind of a cautionary tale. And in that same way, it's a highly relatable tale of a man, obviously Russell Crowe, who terrorizes a woman trying to get her son to school following a road rage accident. He's just terrorizing her. He's following her around and then some and tenfold and 100-fold and 1,000-fold. I mean, like, and I say that this is a highly relatable tale because everybody's been involved in some type of road rage incident at some point, especially if you live in the motherfucking DC metropolitan area. You've either been the one to rage out or you've been the one raged at. It's been one of the two, but it's happened. And if it hasn't happened, it will. And hopefully it's safe when it happens. Hopefully some shit like this doesn't turn out when it does happen. So, what if, just saying, what if, and you do hear tales about shit like that turning ugly, you know, Jeebus prays that nothing ever happens to myself or anybody that we know or anybody or any of the Rushaholics, but, you know, just what if one of those did turn, like, really fucking ugly, yo, like, cause I've had some shit happen. I've had some shit happen to me, and I've been the one to like a little rash out. Never anything quite this crazy, and I've had some shit happen to me. Like I've had a chick try to run me off of fucking Route 28 one day because she was pissed off that I wasn't going to let her over. So she did one of those numbers and almost did run off of 28 because what you going to do when somebody in, you know, a little Saturn sky comes at your ass like that, even though her shit would have crumpled, but I ain't trying to have no accident neither. But then again, what you go into the grass and Tito I'm sure can handle it. Yet I digress. That's not the point. You don't try to run people off the road like that, lady. That shit is unsafe for like a motherfucker. But, and even though that was scary, this shit is way scarier. And when I say that shit gets ugly, this shit gets uglier than chocolate starfish the morning after the DC 101 chili cook-off. Cause it gets raw, it gets rugged, and it gets rough. The 3 R's in this rated R feature for this weekend, y'all. Speaking of R's, Russell Crowe kills it. And pun is definitely intended in that shit. You could tell that he's having a blast throughout this entire movie. It looks like he's almost like Sid 6.7, which is ironic that this gets reviewed, that this is the one to open up theaters on this episode of The Real Rush for episode 100, because Sid 6.7 is one of the main reasons why we have the fucking title The Real Rush in the first place. He looks like he's Sid 6.7 from Virtuosity, but human, and he's just going all super aggro GTA Grand Theft Auto, the fucking video game that I love to play, on this woman, but in real life, for 90 minutes. Yeah. And even that still sounds like, I don't know, right? Well, I'll tell you this. The film, it is quite far-fetched and absurd at times. I mean, just for example, all I gotta say is, look both ways, bitches, and you'll know what I mean when you see the movie. That's all I'm gonna say. That's not giving anything away. You'll know when it happens. But that kind of shit totally adds to the film's flavor. Its extreme fun factor, which is even more enhanced by seeing it in the theater. Seeing it on the big screen that close to my face, and even having to like do this because my mask was like clogged. It was the blowback was causing my glasses to fog up and shit. So I had to, adjust at points. It's taken some getting used to, but it's manageable. But yeah, it was still totally worth it to have the sound and just it looks. You can totally tell by 5 months away from not being in the theater and having been at the theater damn near every fucking day for just over 3 years, and then taking 5 months off from that shit, and then being not only thrust back into the theater, but having a front row seat to that shit, you can definitely tell the difference between watching a movie on either your regular HD TV, your regular Ultra 4K HD TV, your insanely expensive RushSlam 9000 here, and watching it in the theater. And Unhinged is a theater movie, y'all. It's a theater movie. You know what I mean when I say a theater movie. Yeah. So overall, it's awesomely fucked up entertainment. Like I said, it's not for everybody. Do not bring your kiddies to go see Unhinged unless you want to teach them an early lesson on how not to deal with road rage, or really any rage for that matter. But it's awesomely fucked up entertainment to welcome the peeps back to the theaters. Once again, it's only 90 minutes. It's a thrill ride for every single minute of that, further enhanced by being in the theater and being Russell Crowe just going balls to the wall bat shit for 110% of that 90 minutes. Yeah, enjoy the ride and drive safe afterwards. Drive safe always, but I mean, yeah, just keep your heads up and keep your shit in check. But yeah, enjoy the fuck out of Unhinged. You know what? Fuck it, because it's the big one to open up theaters. This wasn't originally this week's main event, but I'm naming it one of this week's co-main events. We're having a co-main event for episode 100. Just switch it up on the spot right here. Live on the spot. 100. Unhinged. One of this week's Real Rush co-main events. Go see that shit if you feel comfortable, of course. Further worthy of noting, because we're also, we got some wrestling ties, obviously. Taryn Terrell, also formerly known to wrestling fans as Tiffany, did all of Karen Pistorius' fighting stunts in this movie. So there's some little nugget of information there for y'all. Unhinged, playing literally everywhere, and because of this, it is the #1 movie in America. They've been boasting the shit out of this. So once again, if you feel comfortable, check it out in the theaters, disconnect the brain, and just have good theater fun with Unhinged, y'all. What's up, y'all? It's Saturday night. I'm standing in the kitchen because I got the munchies like a motherfucker, and episode 19 of The Real Rush is now up on YouTube. How do you get to it? Just go ahead and peep the information on the right side of the screen here. And this week I have reviewed for y'all Cold Pursuit, What Men Want, The Prodigy, and Arctic. And also in this week's episode, I'll be starring as a schizophrenic who's 50% me and 50% Liam Neeson. So I'm gonna spend half the episode kicking my own ass with a shillelagh.
'1980, 1981, 1982, 1983, 1984, 1985, 1986, 1987, 1988, 1989, another summer. Sound of the fucking drummer. It's the man, Kenny Bone Daddy Dubois here, because just like the reps that I do on the old Norderflex Gold here, we never make it past the 80s, the 1980s that is, because let me tell you something, when the shit hits the fan, you know you better call the man, and when your girl's feeling all alone, old Daddy Dubois will give it a bone. And you know it's gonna be good and plenty, or else my name isn't Kenny. Everything about the 1980s, I love everything about the 1980s. The massive weightlifting craze, Tears for Fears, and the spandex. Ooh, yes, the spandex. Because why should people with titties have all the fun? And since we're speaking of the 1980s, I would be remiss if I didn't mention one of the greatest movies of all time. Did someone say Flash Gordon? That's right, we're talking about Flash Gordon. This has been your man, Kenny Bone Daddy Dubois. I gotta finish getting my exercise in. I'm meeting Junkyard Dog, Andre the Giant, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, and Hulk Hogan in a fatal 5-way match next weekend in Madison Square Garden for the WWF Unified WCW NWA NWO USWA AWA CWA Southpaw Regional Wrestling Unified Undisputed Championship. We're gonna do the 5-way dance in a 6-sided ring of fire. And then after I'm done with my workout, what else better to do than to go upstairs, put Flash Gordon in, make myself a nice tall cup of orange slice, and do some more cocaine.
Another reason why I'm so jacked up is because, you know, you boys, of course, you know, sipping on the cup. You know, we're going to go ahead and finish this shit off right here, right now. Boom. Breaking shit. Episode 100. That's why I'm so jacked up. Haven't even eaten anything yet today. And it's Monday, middle of the day. Right? So let's go ahead and get on down to the rest. The other 2 movies. Did I say there were 3? I didn't even say how many movies were on this week's episode's Real Rush ticket. But there are 2 more, so that takes us to 3. One of them last week's I found out is actually on demand. We're going to get to that here in a second. Unless I see it in the theater. And we'll get to why that's important too. You know what, we'll say that right now, because if it's playing in the theater, it's like, you can have things one of 2 ways. If I should see one movie that's on video on demand, or if it's playing at a Regal, I can do one of 2 things. I can either A, pay the money and stay at home and see it, 100% safety, or B, go see it for free, Regal Unlimited, and possibly exposed to some shit. Unless the theaters are staying relatively empty. Yet I digress. Anywho. Next movie up on this episode's Real Rush ticket is one that we've been awaiting for a long ass time. At least the last half a year. We were actually supposed to see this on the Lost. What I've been calling the Lost Real Rush Friday Triple Threat. That fateful Friday, March 13th, 2K20. The lineup, the triple threat lineup that never happened. Because that was the day that we put ourselves on self-imposed lockdown. Theaters were still open for a few more days, but we were like, nah, just to be on the safe side, nah. We've seen one of those up to this point. That was First Cow. This was supposed to kick off that very lineup that day. The name of this joint is called Come As You Are. And since it did come out a couple months ago, I'm calling this a new-ish. Well, it's still new. This is a dramedy that is based on quite the heartfelt, heartwarming true story of 3 physically disabled gentlemen, friends, also virgins. This is 2 men in wheelchairs, played by Grant Rosenmeyer and Hayden Zeto, I believe. If I pronounce your name incorrectly, sir, I do apologize. Or I really don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter. You're never going to see this anyway. I do apologize. And one legally blind man, played by Ravi Patel. And they go on a road trip. What do you call that? A virginity pact journey of sorts. Oh no, of sorts. They go into a fucking what you call them shit? A Canadian brothel that actually caters to disabled men, with the help of wheelchair van driver, played by Gabrielle Sidibe. So we have an awesome supporting cast in this role. Aside from Miss Sidibe, we also have in here Janeane Garofalo. Come As You Are. Outstanding. Worth every single moment of anticipation that I've had for it up into this minute, and then some. Stark, ravingly hilarious, even crass at times. Much in the vein, and when I say crass, it's like, not like extreme to the point of like, you really didn't have to go that far with your humor, but it's crass to where it's like still like, holy shit, that's funny as fuck, and it's not too overboard. Like more in the vein of like your, oh, some people might even be turned on by still some of the Fairly movies like Dumb and Dumber, or even There's Something About Mary, or even this is somewhere in the vein of like that and like the American Pie films, but put that to this plot, and it's fucking terrifically, not terrifyingly, terrifically funny. Terrifically funny, but also charmingly heartfelt, with pitch perfect performances by the entire cast at hand. Make sure that you do bring plenty of tissues to this one. This one is a definite shirt soaker. It got me real hard on Thursday night when we tuned into this shit for our Thursday night feature. Overall, this was this week's original lone main event, but due to our announcement a couple moments ago, this is this week's this is this week's co-main event along with Unhinged. This one is a must-see and a can't miss because it's on video on demand. You get it at home. You don't have to go anywhere for that joint. You can get it right there at your home. Not only can you get it at your home, you can rent this joint. We rent it for $5, or you can buy it at least digitally on Amazon Prime Video for like $7, which means that you could probably find, I would imagine, the Blu-ray for around the $7 price, if not maybe just a little bit more. Even if it's just a couple more bucks, this movie is worth the purchase. And get it on, of course, you know me, I'm always the advocate for physical video media, man. Disc format. I don't want my shit. I mean, if it's the only thing that it's if digital is the only format that a movie comes in, then yeah, I guess I'll settle for that. But if it's available in any digital format, that is the way that I'm going to get that movie. You don't build. How can you say that you have a movie library? Well, I want it online. Like, I want to see my fucking video library, which I still have yet to show y'all. Maybe that'll come along at some point later on down the line, within the next 100 episodes. Yet I digress. I don't know where the hell I was going with that. But Come As You Are is easily one of this year's best movies. It's definitely in, I would honestly say, the top 25 of this year for so far. Would it be considered as part of the Rush Top 11? I still have to evaluate the first half of this year's of that. But overall, could this be considered top 11 worthy? It's most certainly possible. That's how strongly I feel about Come As You Are, y'all. So, yeah, once again, don't just rent this, buy this shit. Come As You Are. Definitely peep it. Don't miss this shit. Whatever you do.
Even if you're just renting it, don't miss this. Watch it as many times as you can in the 48-hour period. Wouldn't bring the family to this one. Maybe young adultish if you want to have some talks with them afterwards. I don't know. I don't know where views are at these days, along with learning shit. I got no degree in that, nor am I a father of any sort. So this isn't Bill Cosby's fatherhood show. This is the real Rush. Blah. And that leads us to...
Hey guys, I'm Rutgers Piwakomako. I'm the owner and proprietor of Rutgers Wholesale. Well, whatever your needs are here in the DC metropolitan area, I got for you. Sports betting, fried chicken, ballroom dancing, busted fucking typewriters, Florida Evans's neck. Hey Rutgers, what about bananas from 1979? I got them shits too. Come on down to Rutgers Wholesale. We located at 1426 Juilliard Avenue, Arlington, Virginia, right in between the Donkey Punch Porn House and Starbucks. And we 24/7, baby. You can give us a call anytime at 703-555. Yes!
The last movie on this episode's Real Rush. And the last movie on this episode's Real Rush is a new Disney joint. And it's called, that's it, Camille, it's called The One and Only Ivan. I can't do a whole review by Cosby, man. That would be insane. That just sounds tiring. I'm not even sure if I had that energy after getting 11 hours sleep last night from getting 2 hours sleep the night before. It's been a long weekend, like I said, y'all. But still bringing y'all episode 100 right here. Alright, y'all, I digress. One and only Ivan. This is the new Disney Family, Disney Family fantasy film that is based on the children's novel by K.A. Applegate that in turn is inspired by a true story. And this follows Ivan, a silverback gorilla who's the main attraction at a dwindling off-ramp mall circus run by Bryan Cranston in this movie. We're going to get to Bryan Cranston and his role here in a second. Yet, he longs to return to the wild after spending decades in, though peaceful and friendly, nevertheless, captivity. This boasts a helicast, as I stated a couple moments ago. Bryan Cranston leading the live-action portion of this cast in terrific fashion as the circus owner, hence Ivan's owner, and showing more of his range. This is more of his Malcolm in the Middle-ish type of range. So it's good to see him back in that kind of fashion. It's definitely, there's definitely no Walter White in this shit. Voice cast, however, is where the shit gets dank. You have Sam Rockwell, Angelina Jolie, who also produced the joint, Danny DeVito, Helen Mirren, Brooklyn Prince, Shaka Khan. I'm every woman. Shaka Khan. I'm every woman. Shaka Khan. I'm every woman. Shaka Khan. Yeah, Shaka Khan's up in the joint. Ron Funches, Philippa Sue, and screenplay writer Mike White. And though the one and only Ivan does have its share of funny and touching moments, you know, everything that you would expect from a Disney film, it's also everything that you would expect from a Disney film. So it's pretty much your average Disney adaptation of
a something. What it's something that existed and that it wasn't Disney, and then Disney saw it and bought the live action rights or whatever and Disneyfied it, and this is what you got. Which isn't a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Don't let my sarcasm about that turn you off about this movie, because it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. This is still enjoyable by, I think, fans of the book and definitely kids. It's still a good family film. Yeah, overall, it's a decent family watch. Hands down. It's not a great movie, and it's not blah. It's just boom, right in the middle. Would it have survived as a theatrical release as it was originally planned? That's where it gets a little sketch right there. It you know, I'm not one for pulling movies from theater. I wouldn't say pull it from the theater, but would it have survived box office wise? I don't know. I don't know if people would have still gone out to see this as much if it had not been widely available. I don't even know how many people are tuned in, so we'll have to see what the reviews. What are y'all thinking? The Disney Plus subscribers. Have y'all seen One and Only Ivan, and what do y'all think about it? Let your boy know. So yeah, once again, it's a decent family watch, and you got Disney Plus. You need something to watch with the family, still at home, you know, still holding it down on lockdown. Pop this on, and you won't be disappointed. You'll still be entertained. You'll still enjoy something. You'll still get a kick out of One and Only Ivan, y'all. So check it out. It's there on Disney Plus if you like it. And that, my friends, is a wrap for episode 100. I would have worn my episode 100 of The Real Rush right here on YouTube, that is. I would have worn my Andrade Albus CN 100 shirt for this joint, but CN is in CN. We wore a CN shirt long ago. I don't even know what episode that was, but that was long time ago. Puffed, you have desecrated the spirit of the lamp. Prepare to face the consequences. Oh no. I'm so sorry I done crashed my Eldorado all up into your lemonade, son. You can expect payment from me in love and well and some fried chicken grease. That's okay there, Puffed. I accept your acceptance. Bang your head to the opening ref.
Jonathan Coachman, what's wrong with you? Huh? Need to step out that shit, sucker. You need to come back on down to reality. You need to listen to your boy, Hoover 2 Jenkins. I'm your boy. I'm the man. I'm the man around here, sucker. You best to listen to me. You better get. I'm the man to get you back in shape. I can make Coach relevant again. Y'all people know what I'm talking about. Anybody who needs help in their life, you need to call me right on down here, sucker. I'm Mr. Hoover 2 Jenkins. That's 1-800 slap a motherfucker crazy.
Yeah, we haven't had any repeats thus far. 100 episodes, no repeats of any kind. So we all the movies that we've seen were theatrically, no repeats of those, unless we've watched it again on TV, of course. But review-wise, everything we reviewed only once. Yeah. Speaking of that contest last week, the movie theater that I've seen the most movies at and how many movies I saw about that, yeah, I got no replies on that. So that's going to be on hiatus for the moment until we'll reconstruct that. So pay attention to that. Stay advised on that at a further date. But as far as 100 episodes goes, y'all, I just got to say, thank you. Thank you. This shit has been a blast. And there's many more
to come after this. Don't start, thinking like, oh shit, is he going, now he's reached 100, is that going to be it? Nah. When your boy got the notion to start the Real Rush 100 episodes ago, his boy got into his ears, said, you got to talk about the fucking movies, man. I thought, and I probably stated this before, but fuck it, we're going to say it again. I thought at that time, alright, you know what, I'll get up on the camera, drop an episode like every couple weeks or something, and go from there. Didn't even have a camera, didn't even have the editing program yet. Wasn't even sure if I could find one that would be compatible with my laptop. Yeah, that was some real shit at the time. Still is some real shit. But I found some shit, found a camera, got that shit out within the next couple days, and holy shit, haven't looked back since. The rest, obviously, is history. And it's history that you can view all through this. How many people do you know can say that they have their own available to everyone online streaming video library? And not only that, but that of 100 episodes. I think that makes the Real Rush pretty damn binge worthy, if you ask me, don't you? Seeing as then I haven't been doing just movie reviews, been doing all types of crazy shit on here ever since its inception, and it's been amazing. All the skits that I put together just to tie together an episode. Like that's the crazy thing. When I film an episode and it goes over like 30 minutes, like when shooting, we gotta cut it because the camera does not allow for 30 minutes or longer than that with the highest quality that we are filming this at. So we got to have that bridge right there, baby. And all types of shit.
What the fuck was that? I tell you what the fuck that was. That was, what you see right there, that was the original halftime break of episode 36. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Look at me. I dance with shit right there. That's some sexy shit, ain't it? Glad you think so. Cause if you don't, you can go fuck yourself, partner. Anywho, notice how I said that is, or was, the original halftime break to episode 36. Why is that not the break that actually aired before your very eyes? Well, because when I went to go render that very episode, I got high and I got paranoid about showing that very segment right there. Self-consciousness is a bitch, y'all. So I stopped production, went back and replaced that very small 1 second and 20 frame segment with a segment that was identical in size, and that backed up production for 2 whole hours. That's right, there are actually 2 versions of episode 36 out there somewhere. And if you don't believe me, well, just take a look at this side-by-side comparison. What you all saw aired here on YouTube versus the original cut.
So before we wrap things up on this episode, let's just take a quick little break. Just throw something up there. Just real quick. Throw something up there real quick. And howdy y'all, welcome back to episode 36 of The Real Rush right here on YouTube. Just in time for me to say, that is a wrap.
So, I suppose the moral of the story here, kiddies, is believe in yourself, always trust your gut, because self-doubt can cost your ass 2 hours in production time. And if that ain't enough, here's my booty again.
Woo!
You're welcome. Back to episode 100, baby.
So we worked through, and you can see, like, I'm going on a rant right here right now, you can see like how much the set has improved just visual wise from our first episode. It was all dark, and then we went through that period where we had the lights that were battery operated, and they fucking wore out way too quick because they heated up way too fast. which did actually, I thought that put me at risk at like exploding batteries for a second. Then we found, some plug-in shit, plug it in, but they don't release any fucking awesome synths like some Glade shit, nothing like that. But everything is just come up. So somehow I went from doing an episode and planning on releasing the joint, like releasing that joint and then doing one like every couple weeks or so, maybe once a week during like the summer or something when they like really picked up. Went from having that notion just from a boy talking in my eyes to boom, to here. 100 episodes. Even that weekend that I missed, that I took off, Royal Rumble, early 2019. We made that weekend up when we did the extra special episode. Episode 64, may the 64th be with you, for the Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, just a couple months ago, back in December. That caused so we put out like 6 episodes in 1 month. That shit is nuts. So, speaking of all that, every single episode takes... That's why I say it ain't your average, not your average movie review show. But a lot of people call my show a podcast, and I can see why, because it is online, available for everybody to watch and or just have on in the background if you like it, even though it's more visual. It's more visual. That's why I don't go more podcasts. People have asked me, why don't you make it into a podcast? Because I'm a visual person if I'm going to be reviewing visual shit. But yeah, it's not just, making an MP3 and making a couple edits here and then, slapping some wacky sounds on it or something, not to diss anybody else's shit, and then putting it out on the internet, or just coming up with a video and then it's just some it's like a crazy TikTok video for a couple seconds that you just thought of, trying to come viral on that. This is taking like I said, setting up and then the hours of editing every single episode. 100 episodes now. The hours of editing. This one's going to take a minute to edit for the previews and...
Hey there, everybody. Former President Barack Obama here. Just want to let y'all know, episode 15 of The Real Rush, now up on YouTube. You gotta give it a look, cause see that boy J-Dub, he sure is a movie watching maniac, ain't it? Take a look at the left side of the screen here, on info, on how to access this week's episode. I'm not down with all that social media shit. One of these days, I'm gonna have to get Sasha and Malia to show me how to use that bullshit. But for now, J-Dub's got the review for you for Escape Room. That was a good one. He's got his Golden Globe picks. And he's also picking out his bottom 10 movies of 2018. I'm Barack Obama, and I approve The Real Rush.
Totally not endorsed by former President Barack Obama. Don't fucking sue me.
What's happening, y'all? It's your boy Jade up here with The Real Rush, and that guy over there, that's just my doppelganger, Bud J. He seems to enjoy the construction paper and the scissors, so he's cool. Anywho, episode 25 of The Real Rush is now up on YouTube, and this week I have reviewed for y'all Us, The Aftermath, The Hummingbird Project, and your boy's got an advanced review of Shazam, baby! So go ahead, do what it do, to view this week's episode. Have fun, y'all. Love J-Dub, and enjoy. And be careful. What do I have reviewed for you this week? I have the Curse of La Llorona Breakthrough, The Chaperone, Teen Spirit, and the girls of the sun. So you know what to do just to get to the episode, and I hope you enjoy your holiday. Hey, hey, ba ba da ba dun dun da 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 dun. Tom Holland has an amazing ass. If you've ever done shrooms.
No.
100.
Deathbox 9000.
I'm patriotic as fuck, y'all.
Oh, you ain't getting away that goddamn easily.
Let me tell you something. You owe a lot of people, man. You owe people.
God help me, I'm gonna die!
I'm in a fucking car chase.
What am I doing right now? I'm just sitting here chilling like a villain, sipping on some of this caramel bubbly because I've been running around kicking ass like an AEW Real Rush champion the last couple days. That's what the hell I'm doing. The question is, what are you doing right now? So what your sorry ass should be doing is watching the Real Rush episode 53 because you know that your football team sucks and Hell in a Cell doesn't even come on till later on tonight. So you might as well go ahead and get your boys' thoughts on Joker, Lucy in the Sky, and Raise Hell, The Life and Times of Molly Ivins. So go ahead, get you some insight. Now I say. Damn. I am that badass. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Jade up here with the Real Rush, chillin' VIP style here up at AEW Full Gear up in Baltimore. Here my boy Mox up here. But hey, that's what I'm doing. What the hell should you be doing? You should be checking out the Real Rush episode 58 now up on YouTube. But this week I have reviewed for you Dr. Sleep, Midway, Playing with Fire, Last Christmas, and Arctic Dogs. Yes, even Arctic Dogs. So go ahead, tune on in. Episode 58, The Real Rush. And just like my man Mox up here, The Real Rush, 100% unfucking scripted. I sip my bubbly out of a Pepsi cup. And the watching of the movies, and the making the previews of the episodes, and the making the episodes itself, and all that. Like, I mean, how many people can you say no? Can you say that you know, hold it down, that type of strength, just because they wanna? That's your man right here. I do this because it's been my dream, baby, and the dream still lives on. And the point that I want to get at here is because I want to thank everybody who has tuned in to the Real Rush thus far, and not just everybody who has tuned in to the Real Rush, just, you know, like every once in a while. If you're an average watcher, that's cool too. But I want to hardcore thank anybody who, if there is anybody, who has either watched every single episode of the Real Rush or has sat through at least one or two full episodes of the Real Rush here on YouTube. I know a lot of people have said that that my shit is too long. But I feel like if I squashed it down, I'm cheating y'all out of what we got to bring to the table here. This is different than shit you see anywhere else, y'all. And once again, I want to thank everybody who has supported me thus far and through this point to the future of the Real Rush as we keep this gravy train rolling on, baby. Hence, what's coming up on episode 101? of The Real Rush right here on YouTube. Well, hopefully, we'll get the elusive, the Burnt Orange Heresy. That's still on the ticket. Opening up next weekend. And of course, we're still going to be dipping our toes in the waters. As far as, getting back to the theater goes. But we also got on the ticket The New Mutants, The Personal History of David Copperfield, Bill and Ted Face the Music, Train to Busan presents Peninsula. That's a possibility one. And Tesla. I actually saw that as the video on demand. That was the one that I mentioned as the video on demand one a couple moments ago. Yeah, y'all. That's on the ticket for next week. If we get to them. Oh, if not, we still gonna keep it rolling, baby. But once again, thanks to tuning in to the real shit. Thanks for tuning in. And we gonna keep this gravy train rolling on. Coming at you live. Ain't putting on all that hashtag life goals bullshit or whatever else that people are doing these days to go, oh, look at us, fucking social media, wannabe super couple, reality, bull fucking shit, suck on this, on your wannabe trying to go viral asses. The man here is trying to get established, and I think maybe there's a bold statement here, and anybody who's trying to be established like your man right here might feel the same way, but maybe that scares the people that are trying to go viral, because to get established, that means you forever, baby. How often do you remember somebody's TikTok from 3, 4, 5 months ago, let alone weeks ago? I rest my case. So once again, thanks for tuning in to the new mainstream form of media, and to all my fellow media makers out there. We're feeling that struggle, just like your man is. Hold it down. Keep it going, baby. Keep that gravy train going, baby. In the meantime, as always, like I said at the beginning of the show, Bandits! We had an awesome show this past weekend. And we're now on Instagram, y'all. So not only can you find us online, not only can you find us on Facebook, but now you can also find us on Instagram. Where can you find us? You can find us at StagecoachTC.com. That is Stagecoach, T as in Tom, C as in Coach.com. Facebook. You can find us at Stagecoach Theater Company. We're the ones in Ashburn, Virginia. And now you can find us on Instagram at Bandits_improv. Boop. Do. Come check us out so you can know what's going on for the next show and all our shows. And just come check our shit out, because we got more for you. But in the meantime, as always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, any shit like that, feel free to type those on into the comment section of the YouTube page where you're viewing this week's episode right here, right now. Once again, thanks to everybody for tuning in. Thanks to everybody for subscribing thus far to The Real Rush right here on YouTube. If you haven't done so yet, what the hell are you waiting for? You want to be the first to know when your boy drops a new episode. Spread the word of The Real Rush like you can still spread love these days, even though you can't hug each other. Let a motherfucking know next time you talk to them about The Real Rush and your man John Dub, and have it not your average type of show on YouTube. But we got movie reviews too. And that being said, in over 400 movie reviews, any movie that you want to know what your man John Dub thought of and get a good honest to God review of, all you gotta do is go to the top of the YouTube page here and type in the search bar, in quotation marks, The Real Rush, followed by, outside of quotation marks, the name of the movie that you're looking for, then boom! Instant movie review on demand, because The Real Rush and your man John Dub got y'all covered for life, son! And you can follow your man on Instagram for my live movie check-ins and updates as they occur. You can follow your man at JDubChampion, hashtag The Real Rush. And for The Real Rush, ladies and gents, I am your man John Dub. Thank you once again for having tuned in. Enjoy yourselves. You're venturing back out to theaters.
welcome back, dears. Welcome back again. Hope everybody's staying safe, healthy, taking care of yourselves, take care of one another. And if you ain't staying safe and healthy, hopefully this episode help you on the mends to whatever may ail you. But everybody, chill out. Don't let the weight of the world get you down, because it will get you down, but don't let it do that shit. Have fun, y'all. Love J-Dub. We done made it to 100, y'all. And we'll see you next weekend. This weekend. Next week. Who the fuck knows? The real Rush is running wild. Peace.
It's the motherfucking D.R.E. Dr. Dre motherfuckers. Yeah. What the fuck did you just say to me, nigga? Did you just fucking say that I was on welfare, motherfucker? Did you just say I was on welfare? Say that shit again. Say that shit again, nigga. Anybody else want some? Huh? Who else wants some of J-Dub? Who else wants some of J-Dub? That's what I thought, motherfuckers. Damn, what the fuck is that? And I got $23 out of the fucking deal. Oh wait, we already got one of those. Me and you? Your motherfucking cousin too? Yeah, hey, bitch. Now you finally say, hey, watch me win some money on this motherfucker. Cause this the time of the day we get to say big money, 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 big money. No fucking way! Holy shit! We won the fucking car again! I got 2 811s now up in this motherfucker. Oh shit! That is fucking dope. That is fucking dope as shit. Just in time for episode 100, baby. New car!